very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Va'u, He, Elohim, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. This is Neophyte DAG, bringing you a continuation of your temporary happiness. Your temporary happiness is from following the plan of Lucifer, but this message is to alert you and to get you off that plan and move you back to the plan of the Most High. And in this message, we're going to focus on God and the Lord's land contract with you, my people. Yes, the Lord and the Most High made a land contract with us. Yes, the Lord and the Most High have made a land contract with the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, the children of Ephraim. Yes, the contract is there, and we're going to go into this contract and know exactly what it is. We go to Messiah Agadag by Dr. Doriel, and in this book, it tells us what is the ancient land of the Most High and the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. Melchizedek, he's from the ancient Holy Land, which was in America, part of the Atlantis colony. It was in America, and he's coming back to claim that Holy Land and set his people on that land. And who is now currently the holders of that land, who now currently made themselves the deed owner of that land? The Eagles. That's the American people, the people that came from Europe and claimed the land. First, it was our own people that came from the tribe of Israel, the last two tribes that were in Europe and Africa, North Africa, that is. And then they came over and made claim, but it's not really theirs. It truly belongs to all the children of the Most High, all the children of Israel, all 12 tribes. So the 2 tribes cannot capture the land and hold the other 10 in hostage. No, it can't be. The land has to now go back to all 12, shared equally, and everyone share collectively in the substance of the land. But the land now, it's currently being controlled by the Eagles, which are representative of Esau. Now, Esau holds the land deed, and Esau is being run and governed by the forces of evil, the forces of Lucifer, the forces of Dagon, and they now need to give up those land contracts to the children of the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod, He, Va'u, He, Elohim, and the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. He's going to clear the way to make sure the Holy Land and the land of promise shall be given back to the entire children of Israel, shall be given back to Jacob, shall be given back to Ephraim, shall be given back to Judah. All these people have to get back the land and bring peace back to that land and all the lands of this planet, the known portion of the planet and the unknown portion of the planet. All the same, the children of Israel now have to take charge of the planet. Let's move forward, because we did identify that the eagles are on the land, and they have set up themselves fast and furious and fixed on the land, and they now are representing themselves as a 13-point Egyptian star. Even though they're not Egyptian, they're taking that energy of the Egyptian and using it to govern the land, using it to control the people, using it to control the 5 divine laws of the people, which give them their connection back to their Father. That's the head, the Most High. You are the cross, my people. Your feet, that's your economics. They're taking all the economics which comes from the earth, they're taking it for themselves and selling it back to you. The highest bidder, if you can't pay for water, you can't have water. Water is given out of the sky for free. Why should you be paying for what the Most High has given you on this land? The fruits, the natural one, the Most High plant them in abundance. Man has come and changed those fruits and give you GMO fruits and all kind of GMO food, charging you for it, charging you back for the food that he has poisoned. He has taken all those resources, gold, silver, copper, mining it for himself and charging you a premium to be a part of it when it's given in abundance by the Most High for everyone, all his children, to enjoy it. Man has hoarded for himself under the plan of Lucifer. That's why I'm telling you, your temporary happiness is from following the plan of Lucifer. Because he has given us all these appropriation, holding this for yourself, holding that for yourself. No one else can get it. My brothers and my sisters don't have access to it. It's all from me, and my family. When the Most High has told you, love one another as you would want them to love you. Do unto others that which you would want them to do unto you. Share among your brothers and sisters all the resource that I've given you. Everything economics come from your feet to be shared with everyone, not to be hoarded and given to the highest bidder. Not at all. Your left hand, he moved you out of that social. You had homes, you had shopping centers, places of gathering, places of worship. He tore those down and gave you his own things. You had your own laws and rule as a people. He took that away and said you have to follow my laws, which are not governed by the Most High or the Lord Melchizedek in his holy land. He gave you his own law, which moves you away from all the natural and spiritual laws of the Father and of the Lord. Certainly change your food because you don't have access to the land to plant what you want. He changed that food on you and govern your food. He who controls the food controls the people. He who controls the water controls the people. You are more than 60% of water. So whoever controls that water that you need controls you, and they can use whatever means to get you to comply with all the nonsense that they've been giving you. But back to what I was saying, the eagles are now in charge of that land. The eagles are now in charge of that land, which brings us to the people that are currently scattered on that land, the ancient land of the Melchizedek order, the ancient land of Egypt. That's what the name was before it came America. That's the land that we're on right now. The 12 tribes are now on that land, all 12. Some of them are still scattered all over the planet, but the main body of them are on that land. The ancient land of Galilee, the ancient land of Egypt, the ancient land of Assyria, the ancient land of Nineveh, any name that you can get for it. It is here. The ancient land of earth as well, Turtle Island. They're all here. The first one are the Hebrew indigenous people that were in Spain. They were of the last two tribes that were left in North Africa and Europe. That's what's on this land right now. They came over and were scattered with the other 10. The second one, it's another member of the last two tribes that were in Europe. They also were brought over here and scattered among the 10. They are here as well. And the last one, which is the most important one, because those were the 10 tribes that were already here, that were displaced out of what they were doing on the land, displaced from the land that they owed, given to them under the promise of the Most High and of the Lord. They were displaced off that land and made to serve as strangers on the land in which they were on. That's the indigenous people of North America. They were of dark skin complexion. Not as what you're being told, that they're the indigenous, only the ones that you're seeing now. No, the dark-skinned people that were descendants of the people from Egypt were here. Whether you want to look at it as the ones that were doing commerce or the ones that came over during the Nephite time, they were here on this land and they got displaced. Their land were taken away from them and they were made to be slaves on their own land. These are the three groups are of the 12 tribes that are currently in America, on the land that the contract has been made, to restore those land back to these three groups of people. Indigenous people were here on the land, practicing and worshiping the Most High and the Yehovah, Yod-Heh-Wah. That's what they were worshiping. They were on the land practicing the head, their connection back to the Most High. If you go into this book, The History of the American Indians by James Adair, it talks about Yod-Heh-Wah, which is Yod-Heh-Wah, which is why I say Yod-Heh-Vahu-Heh, because Wah can be Va as well, or Vahu. That's why, and that's the meaning for me saying that. I'm giving you back your own way that you used to worship the Most High and of the Lord, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. If you want to add the Heh at the end, because the Heh has to be repeated when you're saying this word, the name of the Most High, the angelic name of the Most High, the energetic name of the Most High, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, Yod-Heh-Vahu-Heh, Yod-Heh-Vah-Eh. That's the name that was used by your ancestors that were on the land of promise, and they occupied the area that was promised in the land contract with the Most High and of the Lord. They were here. There were people of color, dark as they tell you, as Ethiopians. That's what Verrazano, a Spanish explorer, saw when he was going up the East Coast from Florida all the way up to New England. He was seeing dark-skinned people, not unlike the Ethiopians. He saw them again in another location, and he said, yes, they're dark of color, just like the ones we saw further south. They were still dark. Not the traditional people that you see on your cowboy and Indians movie. That's the version Hollywood has given you to move you away from the truth that these were black people on the land. They were here, people. They were here as part of the land promise, also mingled with the ones that you're seeing now as the traditional Indians. But the dark-skinned people, the black people in our modern day, were here as the indigenous people. Now, this is the crux of your land contract, my people. This is the crux, because it's given back to you in the symbolism on your $1 bill. The back of your $1 bill has the eagles with 13 stars above his head. That's his connection back to his God, because that star doesn't have a circle, a full circle to lock it in. That's the demonic star that they're giving you back. It has to have a circle to seal it in. Demonic beings and fallen beings cannot cross a circle. So if something is uncircled, it doesn't belong to the spirit of the Most High. It belongs to Lucifer and his agents. And if the Egyptian star that's being shown to you has overlapping lines, that also belongs to Lucifer and his agents, because the Egyptian star, the lines should be intersecting, crossing over each other in a perfect crossover, a perfect X's and lines connecting, not lines overlapping and jumping over each other. That Egyptian star with overlapping line belongs to Lucifer and his agents. That's the 13-point star that you see unbounded, uncircled, unsealed. Not a spiritual star, but he's using back that energy to connect himself back to his God. He's giving you the right hand, 13, left hand, 13, the feet, 13, all 13s being given back to you, giving you back that energy of your 5 divine laws. On the right-hand side, on the left-hand side of the back of your $1 bill, he gives you the pyramid of Giza on it with with the capstone at the top and the eye of Horus in the capstone. He's telling you, once the true people of the Egyptian star find out who they are, they shall put back that capstone on the Giza pyramid. They shall ignite that capstone and the entire pyramid to ignite all the other pyramids that are across the entire planet. There are 11 more pyramids waiting to be ignited by that one pyramid, the central pyramid of the planet at this time. So when that new age begins, which is the Aquarian age, which is now, when the Most High and the Lord say, your contract for your land is coming back. Your contract to be free is coming back. Your contract from inequity is coming back. Yes, that's when that time happened. It will signal the start of the demise of those who are holding the land. That's what it's telling you. And a new order will come forth of those owners of the land to do the spiritual things, to clean and cleanse the planet of all the wickedness, the darkness, and the evil that has plagued the land. The land is going to go through its purge. So when the time that we're in right now occur, these things are coming forward. So that's what the eagles are telling you at this time when you interpret the message on the back of the $1 bill. The land of promise. Goshen, the land of promise. This is your contract for the land now, my people. Let's talk about your contract with the Most High. Exodus 12 verse 40 tells you you're going to go through that affliction. You're going to be sojourning this temporary journey. No permanent place because it had been taken from you since 1619. You're in temporary movements, temporary houses, temporary land because your permanent deeds were forcefully taken by those who invaded the land. But that's going to happen for 400 years. 1619 to 2013. We're calculating at 360 days per year. That's the biblical way to calculate the prophecies. Now we move to the time of restoration. 30 years, 2013 to 2044. Within that time period, early in that time period, the land shall be cleared and given back to you as the land of promise. During your restoration time, you have to be restored, my people. You have to be gathered, O children of Israel, O children of Jacob, children of Judah, Ephraim, O children of Ephraim. You all have to be gathered in that land where you were being held captive, where you were being under slavery, where you were being afflicted, and where you were being ashamed. And a curse to everyone. No more shall that be. You shall be restored. Genesis 15 verse 18 tells you the location of where that land of promise is, where your land contract is. In the same day, the Lord told Melchizedek, made a contract with Abraham, made a covenant with Abraham, made a pledge with Abraham, made an agreement with Abraham, saying, to your descendants, I have given this land. To your descendants, I have given this land. From the river of Egypt, let's stop right there. River of Egypt, River Euphrates, great river. Let's pause right there and figure out what is that river of Egypt. River of Egypt is the Tigris River when you go back to the topography of ancient Assyria. Because Assyria is going to duplicate what's in America. For as Jonah was a sign unto the Assyrians, the people of Nineveh, so shall the Son of Man be for our time. So when you do the topography of ancient Assyria with what it's representing in America, you get Florida. Jacksonville, Florida is the equivalent of Nineveh of old-time Assyria. On the right-hand side of Assyria, it's the river of Egypt, aka the Tigris River. On the left-hand side, it's the river Euphrates. So when we're matching up Florida, because Assyria is a peninsula shape, Florida is the only peninsula shape in the United States of America. So when you match up the topography, where is the Tigris River, the river of Egypt in America? It's the Atlantic Ocean. That's on the right-hand side of the Florida Peninsula. Where is the river Euphrates? The Euphrates River in our modern day time. It's on the left-hand side of Florida. What is that called in our modern day? Gulf of Mexico. So let's go back to here to figure out what they're talking about now. From the river of Egypt, which is from the Atlantic Ocean, which starts over by Florida, to the Great River. What's the next great river when you're leaving from the Atlantic Ocean, moving westward? The next great river is the River Mississippi. That's where your land is going to be, that stretch of land, stretching all the way down to River Euphrates, which is the Gulf of Mexico. So all that land, which is stretching in the south, from the tip of Florida, all the way up to Asher, which is Washington, D.C., going westward to the Mississippi River, coming back down to the Gulf of Mexico. That's your land, people. Let me give you a visual of your land. Here is a visual of all the land that is coming back to you. That's the Cherokee land, my people, of former times before 1619, when it was taken away from you. That's the land of promise, shown back to you in this book. 500 nations of the American land. That's your land. All the way from Florida, all the way up to Asher, Washington, D.C., going across to the Mississippi River, coming back down to the Gulf of Mexico. That is the South has talked about in your Bible. We'll get to that shortly. But here is a description of it. Your land contract made with Abraham for that land of his descendants, the 12 tribes. That's the descendants of Abraham. That's their land as given unto them by the Most High and the Lord. And do you think the Most High and the Lord are not going to deliver on their promise of that land? Let's see what Exodus 6 verse 4 is saying. And I have also established my contract, my pledge, my agreement with the children of Israel, the house of Israel. This is going to be your land, O house of Israel, aka house of Prince Louis. That's his people's land. To give them the land of the Canaan, the land of the Cherokee Nation. Let's look again of the land of the Cherokee Nation that was promised unto the children and the house of Israel. This is the land, the Florida Peninsula, the Indian Nation. That's their land. That's the land of promise that they were living on before the Europeans came and took the land. That's your land of promise. Let's go back to Exodus 6 verse 4 to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their temporary sojourning, as told to you here during your Exodus time, during your restoration time, during your 430 years. That's the sojourning that you were doing until you were given back those lands as promised to you in the contract, the covenant, the agreement, the pledge made by the Lord and the Most High. Now they are strangers on those lands because the Europeans First, the dark-skinned Europeans, the elite one that were of category 2, came in and took the land first, but they were people of color. Then those people of color got displaced by the Caucasian as of 1900, and mainly now as of 1924. That's when the Caucasian took full control and changed up everything to what you have now in your modern day time. But you were still made strangers. The first ones who were on the land first, they were made strangers first. And when the Caucasians took over as of 1924, category 2 became stranger now. On that land, he was holding people as strangers. And category 1 was complete stranger as well with category 3. Those two, 1 and 3, have been slaves since the Europeans brought them on the land, or the Europeans found them on the land. They were slaves from the beginning, called Negroes, mulattoes, all kind of different names were given unto them. Black, all kind of different names given to them. But they are still children of the Most High, of the 12 tribes that were going to get back the land of promise to the children of Israel. That's what the land promise is all about. Now it brings us to Genesis 16, verse 7, to match up with Genesis 15, verse 18. And the angels of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, found the people of color, their priesthood, the Melchizedek order that was established before the Europeans arrived. He found that priesthood, which is Hagar, the black Melchizedek priesthood. He found it by the promised land. Where is the promised land again? The waters of the wilderness, the Gulf of Mexico, up to Mississippi River. That's where the promised land is located. By where? The fountain, which is on your way to D.C. How do you get to D.C.? On the river of Egypt, the Tigris River, the Atlantic Ocean, giving you back again the description and the direction to your land. That's where he found Hagar. The promised land area, he found her. From the fountain below, which is the Gulf of Mexico, running up that fountain that takes you up to Asher, the Mississippi River, and then cutting across to get to Asher, which is Washington, D.C., Atlantic Ocean, the same topography being given back to you. That's where Hagar people, which are the people of color, the black indigenous people who are going to form the priesthood of the Melchizedek order, who are going to form the priesthood of the Mount Zion. Those same people that were standing with Prince Louis in Mount Zion, the 144,000 people. They're not 144,000 in the number of people. It's the people that were afflicted for 144,000 days. These are the people from here. 400 years times 360 gives you 144,000 days. Those are the people that will be standing in that promised land with the Most High and the Lord messenger that he sent to inform them of these things. Prince Louis J. Armstrong. Let's move on. Leviticus 26 verse 42, because I have to let you know that contract exists. Unlike whatever who else is telling you, the people of the Most High and the people that are attached to the messenger of the Most High is going to give you a consistent message about the land. Let's go to Leviticus 26 verse 42. Then, O children of Israel, then, O children of Louis, then, O children of Jacob, then, O children of Judah, then, O children of Ephraim, my covenant, my contract with you, Jacob, my contract with you, Jacob, I will remember it. And also, I will remember the land. I will remember the land. That's what he's going to remember. I will remember that land which starts from the river of Egypt, the Atlantic Ocean, all the way up to Asher, to Washington, D.C., then cutting across all the way to the Mississippi River, coming back down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico. That's your promised land. That's your land of Goshen. Fear not, my people, your land shall be given back to you. Deuteronomy 11 verse 24. Every place, O children of Israel, every place where the soles of your feet have been trodden upon shall be yours. You're currently in those lands, working the feet for those land, the economics for those land. You are the backbone to the economy for those land. When they put you in slavery, you were the complete backbone of those land. They were getting free labor to enrich themselves. That's category 2, enriching itself off your labor. Then category 2 was displaced by the Caucasians, who are still using your feet, your economics, to build their feet, to build themselves up as being wealthy and power brokers over the entire planet. But everywhere your feet, your economics shall be set up, it shall be yours. When you start moving into these lands and set up your own 5 divine laws, your own economics, which is part of that 5, shall be yours. That's what's being promised unto you. From where? The wilderness, which is the Midwest of America. That's where it shall be. And Louisiana, which is Lebanon. From the river Mississippi to the river Euphrates, which is the Gulf of Mexico, even to the uttermost sea, which is the Atlantic Ocean, shall be your coast. Shall be your coast. All that area shall be yours. All that area, again being described to you, shall be yours. Shall be my people. Nothing will stand in the way of you getting back your land as promised unto you 4 different times. 4 different times I've given back the promise to you. Now, do you think that promise is not going to be delivered on? Do you think that, my people? Do you think that? That if you do think that, let me give it back to you, how you have been given those land, and it was embedded in your prayer that you should be making to the Lord and the Most High. 1 Chronicles 4 verse 10 is your prayer that you should be making to the Most High and the Lord to get that land back, because it's promised unto you and it shall be delivered unto you. And Jabez, which is the Lewis and the people of Lewis, that's their prayer. Jabez is an anagram, as I've shown you, with all these names given for Lewis. Jabez you replace with your own name, oh my children of Israel, because you're children of Lewis, called upon the Lord, the Thoth, the Melchizedek, the Lord of Israel, the Lord of the people of Israel, the people of Jacob, the people of Judah, the people of Ephraim. That's your Lord making your promise to you, saying, oh, Thoth, it's not that. That's part of the change. I'm giving you the deep sod now. Oh, Thoth, thou would bless me. Indeed, you got to split those 2 words. It's not one word, 2 different words. Indeed, what is a deed? I gave you the meaning of the Webster Dictionary for deed. A writing containing some agreement, some contract, some pledge, some promise of what? Conveying real estate, for transferring real land in the manner prescribed, ordained by the law, not man's law, but the law of God and the law of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. Let's see again what a deed is. transferring land. So as based on what the Lord has ordained. So when you say to the Most High and the Lord, bless me in that land transfer as you have promised unto me. Bless me in that land transfer as you have promised unto me. And enlarge my coast. Enlarge that coast that they have given me. Enlarge that coast they have given me in the Sherman paper, the Sherman order number 15. Enlarge that coast. They gave you the Atlantic coast, which is the river of Egypt. 30 miles within from that coast. So enlarge my coast. Give me back the deed to the enlargement of my coast, all the way from the Atlantic Ocean, stretching me back to the Mississippi River. Enlarge my coast. Isn't that what it tells you here? The sea, the uttermost sea, shall be your coast. All the way to Mississippi River, stretching all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, the river Euphrates. That is yours, my people, and the Most High put it in your prayer. That's what you're asking, and you've been asking the Father to return unto you. When shall I get my land back? When shall I have my foot on solid ground to build my own economics, to build my own social, to build my own political, to worship you and only you, Most High and the Lord, and to eat the food that you have prescribed for me, trees, green herbs, and seeded fruits. That's what you have been promised by the Most High and the Lord, and that's what you have been yearning for, and that's what you shall be given back when the Most High is and ready to deliver that promise, and it's being delivered back to you as we speak. That's why you match up these two, your coast as given to you, Deuteronomy 11:24, and enlarging your coast in 1 Chronicles 4 verse 10. You are getting the entire coast. No 30 miles in no Sherman order. You're getting all the way back to the next body of water. Florida, what's the next body of water from that 30 mile? River Euphrates, Gulf of Mexico. From going up to South Carolina, 30 miles in, what's the next big body of water? The Mississippi River. Enlarge my coast. Give me all the way back to the other body of water. And that's what you are getting back. Not this little strip of land they gave you in the Sherman Field Order 15. Enlarge my coast. Give me all the way back to the other body of water, Mississippi River and the Gulf of Mexico. Give me everything that they did not deliver on. They gave it to you, and they took it back shortly thereafter. The Most High and the Lord is saying, the whole thing is yours. All yours, stretching all the way back to the other coast, which is the Mississippi River and the River Euphrates, the Gulf of Mexico. This is your land, my people. This is your land. Take a good look at that shape. That's all your land. That's the land of Goshen, the land where Joshua took in his sojourning of the children of Israel. That's the land, my people, as given unto you. Joshua 11, verse 16. Joshua, which is an anagram for Louis. The children of Louis, which is the children of Israel, took all Thoth land, Melchizedek land. I'm reading it in the deep sod. Joshua, Louis, the children of Israel, took all Thoth land. What was Thoth land? Galilee, that same shape that I just showed you. The hills and all the south portion of America, the South country. That's why I'm telling you, all that South area is yours. That's Thoth land, South portion of America, and the land of Goshen. That's where Mount Zion shall be. That's the holy place, which is in the Midwest of America. That's your portion of the land of America, because it already told you. Joshua, which is Prince Louis and his people, took all that land. The south portion of America and the land of Goshen, the holy place, the holy mountain of Mount Zion, which is the holy mountain of the children of Israel, the children of Louis. Exodus 8 verse 22 tells you now, people, how that land shall be cleared. And I will cut off in Thoth day, which is the Aquarius time, which started as of the year 2000, which ramped up as of the year 2020, when it's clearing time, clearing off the land of Goshen. I will clear out the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, the children of Judah, the children of Ephraim, where they dwell. I shall clear up those lands, that no swarms of flies, which are eagles, shall be there. I will cut off in Thoth day my holy land and the land of promise, in which my people, the children of Israel, are living in, that no eagles shall be there. No eagles shall be there. And to the end, you, O children of Israel, shall know, Thoth, I am the Lord. Thoth, I am the Lord. Thoth, I am the Lord. In the midst of America, I am the Lord. In the midst of my holy land, this is my land, not the land of Lucifer and the fallen angels and Esau that have tied himself with that energy. No, it's not their land. Their ownership, their time of that land is done, expired. Now it's clearing out and cutting off that land for the children of Israel, as told to you in Exodus 8, verse 22. This is your land again, my people. You're going to see this map over and over, because that's your land. That's your Goshen. That's where your holy places are going to be. This is your land, my people. This is your land. Take a good look at it. Take a good look. Now, O children of Israel, so you do not know what's coming your way. This is the warning to those who are occupying those land that belongs to the children of Israel. Know that the land shall be cleared. Revelation 7 verse 3, saying, destroy not America. Destroy not America, nor destroy Europe as yet, nor the economy as yet, until the 144,000, those people that were enslaved for 144,000 days, the 400 years, which includes the people among them, my elects and my saints, my righteous seed. Don't destroy the land of America yet. Don't destroy Europe yet. Don't mash up the money as yet, until these people have gotten the fullness of the gospel from the Most High. Once they get their seal, all hell is gonna break loose. All destructions are gonna break loose. Seal portion, chapter 88, verse 59. And before all hell break loose on this planet, no, you shall be given time. You shall be given the fullness of the gospel before these destruction hit America, hit Europe, the economy get mashed up. Before these things are allowed to happen, the gospel, the fullness of the gospel shall be given back to the elect for you to know things as what I'm telling you, for you to know things that Prince Louis is telling you, for you to know what all the prophets and the messengers are telling you. So your stumbling block, the things that are holding you from getting onto the plan of the Most High and of the Lord, and abandon that plan of Lucifer that you are currently following or enticed by or influenced by. You are being given time because he doesn't want to hurt you in that process. So you're getting enough time where all these things are happening to alert you that something different is coming your way. Changes are coming. Watch out and get yourself ready. When the elect, the saints, the righteous seed have received the fullness of the gospel, soak it in, my people, soak it in now and make your change. Make that switch, make that repentance, make that change, that transformation from whatever you're doing that is of the negative, that's keeping you in anger, fear, hatred, jealousy, all kind of negative emotions, negative actions, low vibration and living and lifestyle. Change from that, my people. Seal up yourself with the plan of the Most High. Seal up yourself in righteous living. Love is going to get you through. Love is going to get you through. Love your brothers and your sisters, your fellow man, your fellow woman, as you love yourself and as you would want them to love you. Do unto them right. Do rightly by them as you would want them to do unto you. Teach your family, your friends, and your kids these principal laws, these commandments of the Most High. Seal up yourself, my people, so your vibration can be raised. So when the Most High lift off his hands and say these great natural disasters now, let them run, because man has built up enough karma that's going to destroy him by himself, because your karma has to be settled. And if there's no one in the way, standing in the way to make sure your karma doesn't rush in on you, then you're getting that time now. Once the Most High and the Lord moves away, your karma sets in on you, and it has to be settled. Then now, people, you shall begin to prepare yourself for that great sign, for that great and dreadful day as given to you in Malachi. Before these things can occur, I shall send you Elijah, which is Louis, before that great day and that dreadful day. You're being given time to prepare. Now take heed and prepare yourself, because if you're in America, if you're in that land of America, Zephaniah 2 verse 13 will be coming your way if you don't make yourself ready and or move into the location that shall make you ready. He will stretch out his hands. The Most High and the Lord will stretch out their hands against who? The north, the northern states. So that's why I'm telling you, Joshua took the south. That's the safe zone, the land of Goshen. We'll read some more. He'll stretch out his hands against the north and shall destroy it. Destroy Assyria, which is America, the northern portion, and will cleanse Nineveh, which is the southern portion, of all the impurities that the Gentiles, Esau, have put up on that land, which needs to be purged. So that's why he makes it desolate, ruined, tearing down everything that's on that land. So new foundation, new structures representing righteousness shall be rebuilt. That's why it's going to be made dry as the wilderness. Now a spiritual function, a spiritual foundation is coming back to Goshen. Obadiah 1 verse 15. You got to know why all of this is happening. Lot of impurity, lot of corruption, lot of wickedness, lot of evil, lot of demonic worship. Blood sacrifices are being made by those in power and being pushed down to the people as New World Order, World Economic Forum, and all kind of acronyms they give themselves. One acronym I have for it: Lucifer, aka Dagon, the Red Dragon. That's all it is. But as the heathens, anyone who's following that doctrine and being a part of it, know that what you have done, it shall be done unto you. Know that what you're doing to the children of Israel, not letting them go and getting their land back, shall happen to you. Know that for sure. Do you think it's coincidence I know about the land and no one else knows it? They know the land is yours. They're just not willing to give you back that land to make sure that what's coming for them doesn't happen. They say, nah, we're going to hold that land, and whatever you want to do, go do it. Do your best. But know that it shall be done unto you. Your reward for taking that land, for suppressing those people on the land, for putting them through voluntary slavery on that land, shall be recompensed upon your own head, because you have to close that karma. And when the Most High and the Lord lift their hands from your karma, rushing back onto you, then you shall have to deal with it at that time. But know that the northern states shall be completely destroyed. Not there anymore. Revelation 8 verse 7. And the first angel sounded, and there was hail and fire mingled with blood on the land of America, cast upon the land of America. That's where the north will be completely destroyed. The south devastated like a wilderness, but it's not destroyed. Exodus 9 verse 26. Only in the southern portion of the land which belongs to you, O children of Israel, you, O children of Jacob, you, O children of Judah, you, O children of Ephraim. Only that land where the contract was made out to you, where the children of Israel were, was no hail, no fire, mingled with no blood, no civil war affecting you the way it's going to affect the other parts, no world war affecting you the way it's going to affect other parts, no tremendous storms that are coming once the Most High and the Lord lift their hands off the karma. None of that will be affecting you. That meteor shower, that red kachina, the fiery constellation, the destroyer, the spoiler, those, the dragon tail, won't be affecting you. Because it tells you, Exodus 9 verse 26, only in your promised land area where the children of Israel are going to be gathered will be no destruction. So, my people, when you see things and the fire start to boil up real hot, know that you need to find your way in your land area, because only in that land area shall there be no hail, fire, and all the other detrimental things that shall destroy the north. That's what these two verses are telling you, my people. So pay heed. Pay heed. Know what is to come, because the Lord and the Most High always and have been promising you, you shall know the ending at the beginning. I will declare for you the ending at the beginning through my messengers. And it's only up to you now to pay heed to what the messengers are telling you. Pay heed, my people. This is your land. This is your land. That's the land of promise that shall be given back unto you, my people. Let's talk about the great sign. Let's talk about the great sign. Because before all the things that I've previously described, the land going back to you, the land to the north being destroyed, the land to the south being devastated, there has to be something to make sure the Most High chosen people are not part of all that madness that will occur. And that's where the great sign comes in, my people, where you have to make yourself ready for this great sign. Because he's telling you, I shall give you enough time to prepare. Get the fullness of the gospel so you can seal yourself, so you can be a part of the great day when that sign comes, and not a part of the dreadful day when that great sign comes. Zephaniah 3 verse 19. Behold, at thought time, when he sends back to gather his people, I will undo all those thought people that were afflicted. I shall undo it. I will save that thought people. I will save them. And I will stop all that has happened to them. Everything that has been done, stop, full stop, handbrake pulled up on it. And I will gather those people I will gather, says though the Lord Melchizedek. I, the Lord's though, will gather them, all of those people that were driven out of their land. I shall gather them up to clear that land. I shall gather them up to destroy the north. I, those, will get them praise and fame in every land. Once I have restored them, I'm going to gather them, clear up the land, and put them back on that land, and give them fame and praise in every land, when people of all the other lands see and hear what the Lord has done for those people. What the Lord has done for those people. They shall be in fear. They shall be in awe of the people of the Most High, O children of Israel, children of Lewis. You were put to shame on the land that you were a stranger on, and that shame spread across the entire planet. Every part of the known planet, shame was put to your name. But the Most High and the Lord say, we're going to undo all of that and bring you back to who you are. We're going to gather you during that great sign time. Zephaniah 3 verse 20. And at thought time again, I will bring you again, even in that time, within 2016 to 2026. That's the zeitgeist time of Prince Louis J. Armstrong, the messenger of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah. So during his time, when he has his great time of happenings, great epoch where something greatly spiritual is going to happen, 2016 to 2026, I shall bring you again back to the people that you are. Thoth, I will gather you again. I will make you a name, New Zion, which is called New Jerusalem. USA is written into Jerusalem. And I shall make you a praise among all people of the earth, which is America, and of the planet, when I turn back your captivity right before your eyes. It's gonna happen, not behind your back, behind closed doors and private meetings, like how these Esau's and these Luciferic beings do their things behind closed door, hiding. No need to hide. The Lord shall show it to you in front of your eyes, so you don't miss it. I will gather them. I will gather them. Daniel 12 verse 1. At those time shall Prince Louis stand up. Shall Prince Louis stand up, I say. Shall Prince Louis, that great prince, stand up for the great day. That's your time. When he standeth up, in political power and social power, his healing wings. The Son of Righteousness coming with his healing wings has told to you in Malachi, his wings are his left hand and his right hand. His left hand, he's going to gather socially as a people. His right hand is the hand of power, the political hand, to rule over those who want to oppress Israel, to rule over Israel and Jacob. They shall be gathered again. For the children of the people of Lewis, they shall come to their time. 2016 to 2026. We're now in 2022, so it's 2022 to 2026. That's the zeitgeist time, the remaining zeitgeist time of Prince Louis as given to you in your scriptures. Zephaniah 3 verse 18. I shall gather them. Those people, I shall gather them. Those people, I shall gather them. Those, they're sorrowful now. They are spiritually dead now, but they're awakening, and I'm going to turn that sorrow into happiness, into fullness of joy. I'm going to gather them that great day to make sure everyone knows who they are. No matter who has been given their names and who has been claiming that they are Israel, when they are not, I shall gather these people. So make no mistake, we're not here to argue who is Israel. When that great day comes, it will tell you who Israel is. No mistake can be made at that time. I shall gather them. I shall assemble them. One group of people, the 12 tribes of Israel. I shall gather them. Who are of these people? Who are of Louis? People of Prince Louis. Prince Louis is a man of color. His people are people of color. We also shall be joined by the Gentiles, the Caucasians, who have gathered themselves and have heard the teachings of the children of Israel and have brought themselves into that teaching. But we're not gathering the wicked, because the wicked shall have their time. The wicked shall not be acquitted. The Lord shall not acquit the wicked. So they're not part of that gathering. They're part of the dreadful day after the gathering has occurred. Those people to whom they have been a reproach, a disgrace, a discredit. Everyone disapproved them. Everyone denounced them, condemned them, have trodden them down. Those are the people I'm coming for. Those are the children of Israel. They have bear the burden of all that reproach, and I'm coming for them to gather them up. I'm coming for them to gather them up. I'm coming for them to gather them up. Move on. Joshua 24 verse 17 tells you what to look out for when that gathering comes. He, for the Lord, those Melchizedek, our nectar. It is thought which has brought us up and our fathers out of the land of old Egypt, and he's going to do it in the new Egypt, which is America. From the bondage, Esau has his brother Jacob under. He's going to pull you out of that bondage. Which did those great signs that's coming your way? Is it being done behind your back? Isn't that what it's saying here? We're going to do it behind your back in closed door meetings, only elites invited. No, that sign is going to happen right in front of your eyes, right in front of you. Those great signs will occur to tell you the start of the great day. Make yourself ready, my people. Practice love. That law of love covers all laws. Love your neighbors as you love yourself. Do unto your brothers and sisters and your fellow man and woman that which you would want them to do unto you. Love encompasses all the laws. Practice the law of love. Don't follow these demonic beings and starve out, fight, war with, carry hatred, all kind of bad vibes for your brothers and your sisters, your fellow man, your fellow woman. Don't do that. Don't starve them out. Help in whatever way you can help. If you can feed them, clothe them, whatever you can do to help. Help when it's necessary. Guide them back to their 5 divine laws. Show them how important it is for them to live by and practice their 5 divine laws, because it says, anywhere you set your feet, anywhere you trod your feet, it shall be yours. Anywhere you set up your economics, it shall be yours. It tells you. So guide your brothers and sisters back into love and the knowledge of the 5 divine laws of the Most High. The keys of Enoch 105, my people, behold. Look, that's what behold means. Look and see. A great sign will be given unto you, O children of Israel. A great sign shall be given unto you, O children of Israel, which will be 12 pillars of light shining from the heavens all the way down to the planet, all the way down to the earth, all the way down to the seas, all the way down to the river, which is Asia. You shall see those lights in whatever part of the planet you're on. Any part you're on, that Christ's light in the skies shall be seen by you, which will land upon the righteous. Only the righteous can attune to that light and can enter that light. And I want you, O Jacob, O Judah, O Ephraim, O Israel, I want you to be able to walk into that light and be a part of it and not be rejected by that light. That's where it says in Matthew, there shall be weeping and wailing of gnashing of teeth, because they're unable to enter into that light. Those 12 lights that are coming. This is where all the lights are going to be. This is where the 12 lights shall appear. People, make yourself ready. Love your fellow man and woman as you would love yourself, as you would want them to love you. Do unto your fellow man and woman that which you want them to do unto you. Move your thoughts back to the Most High. Get your head back on your cross. Move your thoughts back to the fullness of the gospel of the Most High. Leave that plan of Lucifer. It shall only lead you to destruction. Walk down the path of the righteous. Straight and narrow shall it be, but it will get you back your eternal life that's promised unto you. That's in your contract as well. You shall be given back your eternal life. But the plan of Lucifer gets you that temporary happiness, rob you of your eternal life, and get you to be front row in that dreadful day. I don't want that for you. These are the 12 locations of where that light, that great sign shall be. 4 is in the United States of America and Canada, North America. 4 of them shall be on that land, so you won't miss that sighting of that great sign right before your eyes. These 4 are there in America. If you look at your X marks the spot, the 2 solar eclipse, one which occurred 2017, the other one to occurred in 2024, they form an X across America. Where is that X intersection? In your promised land, Mount Zion. That's where the X mark the spot is at, and it's in your Midwest of the United States of America. That's your Mount Zion. And if you look at that cross, it's forming the wings of that dove energy, where those signs shall be shown. That's the wingspan of that sign. X marks the spot. That's what I'm here to tell you. So these are the location in earth, which is America, that shall get the great sign. Prepare yourself, my people. X marks the spot, that's your Mount Zion. X marks the spot, that's your Mount Zion. X marks the spot, that's the wing of the dove, which is going to form the great sign running along the east coast and the west coast of America, spanning in the center of America as well. That's where they intersect. Luke 21 verse 27, and then they shall see the Son of Man, Prince Louis, appearing and coming in the lights with the power, his righteous wing, his Son of Righteousness with his wings, his healing wings, left wing, right wing, social, political, coming with his powers, the creative powers that's given unto him by the Most High and the Lord, the willpower given unto him by the Most High and his Lord, and great glory, great light given unto the Son of Man, Prince Louis. Hosea 1 verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel, which cannot be measured nor numbered, many of the children of Israel shall be part of that gathering when that great sign appears. And it shall come to pass, though in the place of America, where it was said unto the children of Israel, you are not the people of the Most High. That's what they're telling you now, because you're not having that knowledge of who you are as yet. It shall be said during the great day, when those signs appear, you are the sons of the living God. You are the S-U-N of the living God. The sons of God you are, O children of Israel. Once you wake back up to that great sign, it's here to wake you up and reinstate you to who you are. Reinstate the Prince Louis to govern the children of Israel. That's your great sign coming to you. But the great Exodus shall occur during the time of the great sign. That Exodus has to occur, my people, where you shall be gathered. Keys of Enoch 1:14, verse 4. The higher intelligence will communicate the knowledge that you're getting right now through all the messengers coming to you. The sun opening up and streaming through all that information, breaking down the buffer. So your input is coming in with the light and the instruction given to you, O children of Israel, children of Jacob, children of Judah, children of Ephraim, to prepare you for that Exodus that's coming, because you got to be prepared to be gathered and taken away from all that destruction that's coming upon the entire planet. So that information is coming to you now, before the destruction, the geophysical upheaval, that's all the earthquakes and the volcano coming, and the release of neutral matter. The shell of the planet shall slip, aka a pole shift of the planet, and the release of neutral matter from the core of your sun. Your sun buffer is being removed, so it's letting in all the cosmic ray that shall let the planet be struck by glowing ray, as told to you in the Third Testament. Yes, before all of that come your way, you shall be gathered and be a part of that great day. Be moved to safety before those destruction come. Those places of gathering shall be these 5 locations. 1 location in the Hawaiian Islands, 4 in North America, another 7 distributed in other parts of the planet. All 12 locations are where the lights are gonna come down. The pillar of lights from heaven shining down upon the planet. Those lights are over 200 miles wide. So 12 different locations. These lights will be stretching for miles, so you cannot not see. It will be in your sight, not hidden from you. But make yourself ready to meet that light. Make yourself ready to meet the bridegroom light. Make yourself ready, my people, because if you're not ready, radiating with love of a high vibration, you cannot enter into that light and be a part of those who are exodusing from the planet to a place of safety, while all hell break loose on those who cannot enter into those light regions that are the protective zones that were set up and waiting for this time when the Most High will and shall gather his righteous seed. Make yourself ready, my people. We'll stop here. There's more to continue on the Exodus, but we'll stop here, my people. Stand strong, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Jacob. Stand strong, O children of Judah. Stand strong, O children of Ephraim, in the name of the Most High. Allah, Yah, Yod-He, Vahu-He, Elohim, God in our modern day, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, who has brought us back to Galilee to have that exodus and that great sign and that gathering that you have promised unto us, and the land restored back to your people, wiped free of all the evil, wickedness, foundation that has been built upon that land. Praise to you, oh my Lord, forever and forever until eternity.